Valen histories written to gild us in glory. Spoiler alert, there is a ton of new content in House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 5, which delves into what happens following Rook's Rest, the meeting of the Blacks and Greens in the Little Crownman Castle. Rook's Rest, an episode for the Red Dragon, and the Gold Mark, the full realization of the Dance of the Dragons. 900 soldiers had died by the end of the brutal battle, and Prince On Targaryen was the last dragon rider still alive, still flying. Both sides had someone to weep for when Rhaenys Targaryen was killed in battle, and King Aeon too suffered serious injuries in Episode 5. The conflicts among the House of the Dragon actors are comparatively distinct. Rhaenyra struggles without Daemon, and now that Rhys isn't around, she feels as though she's lost two of her strongest allies. She starts searching elsewhere for possible assistance. As a result, the Lord of the Seven Kingdoms is no longer presentable and has barely survived the conflict, which puts the Greens in a terrible predicament. Daemon's journey continues to isolate him at Harrenhal, where he is referring to himself as king and finding it difficult to form his own allies. It's better than death and defeat. Welcome to movie spy. Jace and Rhaenyra's scheme to create more dragon riders. The dragon seeds described other Valyrian blood descendants may be eligible to own dragons. In the last scene of the episode, Rhaenyra Targaryen sees a ray of hope when her oldest son Jace Valerian devises a plan to supply their army. Even though they lost one of their most skilled dragon riders, the Blacks still have plenty of dragons. There are riderless dragons on Dragonstone and Driftmark, as the Season 1 finale revealed, and sea smoke has been spotted soaring around aimlessly in Season 2, though there may not be any more. Targaryen Jace tells his mother that there are still people descended from the Valyrians. There are those of our line who never ruled. It is not a benefit that is exclusive to Targaryen, as demonstrated by House Valorine members who are proficient riders of dragons indeed, whereas the TV show seems to imply that the Targaryen think that to be true. It's not entirely clear in George R. R. Martin's books if one must be a Valyrian to ride a dragon. Even though Valyria was destroyed by the Doom, many people, including a large number of the new characters in House of the Dragon Season 2, still retain Valyrian ancestry. J. and Ra plan to comb through Dragonstone's extensive library of books in an attempt to trace their ancestry to figures such as Hugh Ewell, and Alan will let these men try to form a relationship with the riderless dragons. Lord Baltimo Seller, another man of Valyrian descent, sits on Rhaenyra's little council. Rhaenyra has access to both dragons and riders, but letting a stranger tame a dragon still carries a big risk, because it quickly elevates the rider to the status of one of the most powerful individuals in the Seven Kingdoms, who are the riderless dragons Verm and Silverwing. Queen Alicent and King Yar's ice dragons were named Verm and Silverwing. There are several Varyl dragons in House of the Dragon that are completely wild or lack riders, since dragons with prior riders are easier to tame. The Blacks have placed a high priority on Verm and Silverwing. In the first season conclusion of House of the Dragon, Verm was shown as the dragon. Daemon went underground to sing to Verm is a tremendous asset to any side, because aside from Vhagar, he is the largest dragon alive. During the dance, the she-dragon is enormous, but Silverwing is supposed to be more submissive, because they were once bonded. The King Jari and the adored Queen Alysanne, who rode the dragons around Westeros to celebrate their reign of peace and prosperity. Verm and Silverwing are well-acquainted. Rhaenyra will immediately have a greater chance of winning the Dance of the Dragons if she joins forces with the two dragons. Sheep Stealer, Cannibal, and Sea Smoke are some more dragons without wings. What Rhaenyra has to salvage in the Riverlands because of the River Lord's betrayal of Daemon. Daemon fails miserably to build supporters in the Riverlands, undermining his hopes of staking a claim as a possible third party in the dance, since honor is highly valued in the Riverlands much like it is in the North. Several lords come to Harrenhal to voice their disapproval of Daemon's behavior. Daemon wins over House Blackwood following the Battle of the Burning Mill in Episode 3, but in exchange, he has to deal some harm to House Bracken, a small Riverlands house that supported the Greens and the Blackwood's historical rivals, in an attempt to force the Brackens to submit and give more soldiers to Daemon's army. Daemon suggests to Willem Blackwood that he approves of the employment of dirty methods. The other River Lords strongly disapprove of the Blackwoods' capture of women and children during their subsequent attacks on Riverlands districts. They come to Harrenhal to criticize Daemon, which begs the question of how he would win them back to his and ultimately RIR side. He's made things impossible to turn around. Is Helen aware that on attempted to kill Aegon, Helena appears to be seeing Amon's betrayal in a vision? Watch how the Greens respond to Aegon's injury in Season 2, Episode 5. Kristen Cole fills in for Alee in Hightower, who believes Prince On would have been a better leader, as he puzzles out Aegon's involvement in the incident. Helena asks On if it was worth the cost when she discovers him gazing at the Iron Thrown at the end of the episode, it is implied that she caught glimpses of the happenings at Rook's Rest during one of her visions or dreams, and that she is aware of the actions taken by Aegon to earn his recent promotion. Does House of the Dragons Aegon ever get better? Aemon will heal despite being permanently scarred in Season 2, Episode 5. Aegon Roman II is in pretty bad shape, although he does manage to partially recuperate from his wounds at Rook's Rest after. This Aegon controls the kingdom in his place for a while, but finally Aegon is able to make his own decisions again. He is nevertheless permanently damaged for the rest of his life. There will be enough for Tom Glencarny to do once he recovers from his spectacular performance in Season 2. It's probable that Aegon won't do anything for the remainder of Season 2, but he will come back to the program at some point. Aegon will be among those who flee the city. After Rhaenyra captures King's Landing, living to fight another day in House of the Dragon, he will likewise wind up being among the final major characters to pass away after a large number of others